Shofar, which means horn. Station register.
Sha'aflan, Banapariam, Banyasharala.
Sha'aflan, Banapariam, Banyasharala.
How about Hashem, how about Shabrakatah?
How about Hashem, how about Shabrakatah? The yun, which means wine.
Bayashar Allah, which means to Israel.
Shofar, which means horn. Imagine in the room, saw plenty hakadam, which means stand, turn, and face the east. Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw, Shabbat Shemayim, Kadash Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malachika, Taba'ah, Ratizak, Hayah, Aisha, Baratiza, Tawah, Hayah, Shemayim, Befilino, Bacham, Kaliyawu, Basalachno, Chawathu, Kasalachno, Chawatino, Ba'ah, Hayana, and I said one. Ball, Hawashani, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Baka, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahatapara, Taiwalumyu, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day, our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Pray for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Baba Kashai. Nathunana. Akah. Barpa. Kamakala. Wakamanawah. Akah. Latahar. Amatach Raya. Akah. Lakoyam. Amakim. Akah. Arakawa. Katamala. Lagarashun. Ba'ashem Yahushai. The water Amen. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power. Power to heal, all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease. Power to cleanse the lepers, power to raise the dead, power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha Ayanya, Al-Hahari, Mayanya. Yaba'ah, Isari, Ma'ayim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Waratiza, Aliyafin, Uwat, Regal, Aliyawum, Shamar, Anah, La'ah, Yanawum, Wala'aya Yashan, Shalmar Yasha'ala, Yahweh Shamar, Yahweh Tazal, Aliyah Yunka, Yomum, Hashamash, La'aya Kaka, Wayrak, Balayla, Yahweh Yashamar, Makal Ra, Yashamar, Afne Pashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Kazaf, Babawak, Ma'aitha, Ida Ulum. In the English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh,
Help them from Yahweh.
which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and
He will
earth.
not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall not slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
How is thy keeper?
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
How is thy shade upon thy right hand?
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming
From
in
this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalm 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al-Miyalika,
Alahayim,
Al-Karash,
Al-Karash,
Wa-Al-Tashakwat Allah,
Al-Karash,
Kayahana, Awayabika, Yahamiyawan, Wamashinayika, Nashal, Ra'ash, Alaimika, Yariyum, Sawad, with the eyes is a what? Eyes of Wanyika, Amaru, Akal, Wanakaku, Magoya, Wala'ah, Yazakar, Shumli Yasha'al, Iwa, Kaya, Nawai Tazwa, Lam Yakadu, Alika, Rayat, Yakurafla, Ahali, Adawam, Wayashamali, Bawab, Wahagari, Gabal, Wa'aimawan, Wa'aimalak, Halashat, I'm Yashabi, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Halawa, Aiman, Aiwa, Zarawat, Rabinawat, Salah, Shalit, Umadi, Kasaya Sarat, Kayabi, Badakar, Wayashma, Nashamadu, Bayandara, Aiwa, Daman, Ladama, Shethumwa, Nadayabu, Kaira, Kazab, Kazabak, Kazalmana, Collis, Kumwa, Ashar, Amaru, Berashah, Alwa, Ah, now what? Alahai, Alahaya, Shethumwa, Kagalu, Kafash, Kapiniraka, Kaash, Kaviri Ira, Kalahaba, Kalahat, Ari, Kantaradami, Masirika, Kamasopaka, the Bahalum, Ala'ah, Panyahum, Kalawan, Wabakwashwa, Shemka, Yahawah, Yabashwa, Wayabahal, Ayah, Washaparu, Wayabadu, Wayadaru, Kaya, Matha, Shemka, Yahawah, the body, I'll call her Ratiza. In the English, keep not thou silence on my power. Hold not thy peace. And be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarites, the Baal, and Ammon, Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. The sword also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. You unto them, as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, as the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red, and like Zed. Yea, all their princes as Zabah, and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of the Most High in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, as the flame sets the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded in trouble forever.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame and perish,
let them be put to shame and perish.
that men may know that thou,
And then they know that
His
thou,
name alone,
His name alone,
is Yahweh, but the Most High over all the earth.
Most High over all the earth.
Pray for the power structure. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah
Why Yahweh Shah?
Why Yahweh Shah?
Why Mayakah?
Why Yahweh?
Why Lahai?
Why
Zav Yahweh Wap Yahan.
Yahweh?
Ha'al Wap.
Ha'al
Hasrani.
Hasrani.
Ha'Kotazayani.
Wap.
Ha'Chayali. Wahak Wafi. Yahweh. Hashem Yahweh Shah.
Hashem Yahweh Shah.
What Aman. In the English, bless you Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commander General Yahan.
Commander General
The
Yahan.
generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
Troopers.
Assistants.
Assistants.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the prophesied curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and
And
earth.
all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Saying evils and curses.
Saying evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
Speak against us.
Thy prophets.
That prophet.
The teachers.
Teachers.
The princes.
Princes.
The priests.
Priests.
The Israelite brothers.
Israelite
In
brothers.
the school.
In the school.
Saying evils and curses.
And evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and
To
destruction.
the heathen.
To the heathen.
To shake loose.
Shake
The
loose.
treasure of the rich of Israel.
Treasure of the rich of
They
Israel.
refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches into our sanctuary.
Saying evils and curses.
And evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
The nations.
The nations.
Their drug dealers.
The drug dealers.
The court system.
Court system.
Prison system.
Prison.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
The Roman Catholic Church.
The Roman Catholic
The
Church.
Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia. Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Posse Comitatus.
Posse Comitatus.
The gay movement.
The gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
Lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of
witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space
The
program.
Army.
The Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the
And
internet.
the airwaves.
And the airwaves.
Cable access channel.
Cable access
And the
channel.
radio channel.
And radio
To
channel.
convict the spirit.
With the spirit.
Any of thy people.
Any of thy people.
Seek to stop us.
Seek to stop
And
us.
bring swift destruction.
Bring swift destruction.
To all the heathens.
To all the
That
heathens.
stand in the way.
Stand in the
And
way.
try to stop us.
Try to stop
From
us.
broadcasting your word.
Broadcasting your word.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Through the earth.
Through the
And
earth.
consume them.
And consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
And the plague shake the house of the thief.
And the murder.
And the murder.
Let Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down with flying saucers.
Come down with the flying
And
saucers.
punish all the heathen.
Punish all the heathen.
That come up against
That
us.
come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
And we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That it is the angels that have done it.
That the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake thy coming.
Cause it to shake that.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
So I face the front. Shabu, which means be seated. So we're right back here in the Sabbath service. We're back in these early chapters of Genesis. We're rolling with Abram. And we're about to follow Abram right into Egypt. So let's jump right into it, and then we're going to break it down. Starting at Genesis chapter 11 and verse 28.
Genesis chapter 11, verse 28.
Wayamath, Haran, Isle, Panya, the rock, Abayawa, Ba'arataza, Bawaladathwa, Bawar, Kashadyam. Verse 29. Wayakwak, Abaram, Wanakawar, Laham, Bashayam, Sham, Bashath, Abaram, Sharyah, Basham, Ashath, Nakawar, Malakah, Bah, Haran, Abayah, Malakah, Wa Abayah, Yasakah. Verse 30. Watahayah, Sharyah, Iqara, Ayan, La'ah, Walad. Verse 31. Wayakwak, the rock, Af, Abaram, Banwa, Wa'ath, Lawat, Ban, Haran, Ban, Banwa, Wa'ath, Sharyah, Kalathwa, Ashath, Abaram, Banwa, Wayatazawa, Atham, Mawar, Kashadyam, Balakath, Aratazah, Kana'aim, Wayabawa, Aid, Karan, Wayashabawa, Sham. Verse 32. Wayahayawa, Yamyah, the rock, Kamash, Shanyam, Wama'athyam, Shana, Wayamath, the rock, Bakaran. Genesis chapter 12, verse 1. Wayamar, Yahweh, Al, Abaram, Bakah, Waratazaka, Wamamawa Ladathka, Wa Mabyath, Abayaka, Al Ha'arataza, Ashar, Araka. Verse 2. Wa'ai Shaka, Lagawaya, Ganawal, Wa Abarakaya, Wa Agad La'ah, Shamka, Wahaya, Barakah.
And back to the English. Absolutely.
Genesis chapter 11, verse 28. And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity, in Ur of the Chaldees.
So now we're in Ur of the Chaldees, and where we left off last week, verse 37 summarizes, or verse 27 summarizes perfectly. It gave Terah begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran begat Lot. So now this is where we at. Lot is Abraham's nephew. Keep going.
Verse 29. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife, Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Isupk. Verse 30. But Sarai was barren. She had no child. Verse 31. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran his son's son, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife. And they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. And they came unto Haran and dwelt there.
And for the record, where they believe, and I can't confirm this, but where, if you look up where Ur is, scholars believe that it's in modern day Iraq, which that whole area was all black people wandering around at this point in history. And remember, when Noah's Ark came down, it came down around Eastern Turkey. So, don't visualize that area like you visualize it today. That today is after thousands of years of migration, mixing, what have you. But in this time, we was roaming over all that area. Keep going.
Verse 32. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran.
That's a long time. Terah died and left a legacy that we're going to talk about. Keep going.
Genesis chapter 12, verse 1. Now the Most High had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee.
Because all through the scriptures, the Lord is separated. All the way back to Adam, the Lord is separating, is choosing a lineage and separating it from everybody else all the way down. So now he's saying to Abraham, you're it. And at this point, he's called Abram. He's saying, you're it. So you're going to pick up and leave this area, and I'm going to give you a land. Keep going.
Verse 2. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing.
And first of all, he said, and I will make of thee a great nation. Now, of course, we know Abraham, nobody talks about the nation of Abraham. Abraham had children who became great nations. And what the Lord is saying right here is he only considers one of those great. Right? You got it, sir.
Oh, so you gotta make a note. Remember, Abraham had between I have to look it up, between 6 and 4 kids. Right? So that will play a big role. Abraham did have kids.
Right.
He had a lot of kids now. You know what I mean? Also had a couple wives. But he had a lot of kids. But you gotta understand why it's so important in this scripture right here. That you will be a blessed nation. Now we have to find out who's going to be that nation.
Exactly. We're going to find out because, of course, we know Abraham went down through Isaac and also had Ishmael in his lineage. And look at the Ishmaelites today. And they even know they're Ishmaelites. And they are running rampant through the earth. They live in large down there in Qatar and the UAE and all these, and even throughout the rest, even the places where they're just living in caves, they're running. They've got power. But through all that, the Lord was not focused on them. The Lord said that Abraham was going to be made a great nation through Israel. But we'll get there. Keep going.
Genesis chapter 12, verse 3.
Back to the Hebrew.
Wa barakah, mabarak yakah, wa makwal lakah, aar, wa nabarak wa, bakah, kal, mashapakath, ha arama, ha arama. Verse 4. Wayalak, Abaram, Kaashar, Dabar, Al-Yawa, Yahweh, Wayalak, Athwa, Lawat, La Abaram, Ban, Kamash, Shanyam, Washabayam, Shana, Batazathwa, Makaran. Verse 5. Wayakwak, Abaram, Ah, Shariah, Ashakwa, Wa'ath, Lawat, Ban, Akiwa, Wa'ath, Kal, Rakawa, Sham, Ashar, Rakashawa, Wa'ath, Anapash, Ashar, Aishawa, Bakaran, Wayatazawa, Lalakath, Arataza, Kanaaim, Wayabawa, Arataza, Kanaaim. Verse 6. Wayabar, Abaram, Ba'arataza, Aid, Makawam, Shakam, Aid, Awan, Mawara, Wahakanain, Ya, Az, Ba'arataza. Verse 7. Wayara'ah, Yahweh, Al, Abaram, Wayamar, Lazara'ika, Athan, Af, Ha'arataza, Haza'ath, Wayaban, Sham, Mazabak, Layahawa, Hanara'ah, Al-Yawa. Verse 8. Wayathak, Basham, Hahara, Makwadam, Labyath, Al, Wayat, Ahala, Wayath, Al.
So that Bayath Allah is the name of the place called Bethel, which just means house of the power, house of the Most High. Keep on.
Wayam, Wahaya, Makwadam, Wayaban, Sham, Mazabak, Layahawa, Wayakwara'ah, Basham, Yahweh. Verse 9. Wayasai, Abaram, Halawakah, Wanasawai, Anagaba.
And back to the English.
Genesis chapter 12, verses 10. Verse 10.
Yeah.
And there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. Verse 11. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarai.
No, 3. Verse 3. We just read 3 through 9 and 8.
Genesis chapter 12, verse 3. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. Verse 4. So Abram departed, as the Most High had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him.
So that was a short blessing, but to the point. I will bless him that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in these shall all families of the earth be blessed. Meaning, when we're in our righteous rulership, the earth is in harmony because we were given not only the law, which makes everything right in the world, but we were given the power and the vibe to dominate righteously. When we're in power, it's not going to be anything like what you see today, where every Edomite that runs a country is executing people left and right, abusing people, molesting people, and doing every other foul thing under the sun just because they have the power to do it. When we're in power, we have the law, and we make everything in the earth perfect.
Right.
And these punishments are to get rid of anybody who tries to upset that balance of perfection. Keep going.
And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. Verse 5.
This is before his story even gets deep. He's already 75. Keep going.
And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran. And they went forth to go into the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came. Verse 6. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Shechem, unto the plain of Moreh. And the Canaanite was then in the land. Verse 7. And the Most High appeared unto Abram and said, Unto thy seed will I give this land. And there builded he an altar unto the Most High, who appeared unto him.
So he's showing Abram a glimpse of the future. Even while all the Canaanites were running through the land, doing whatever weird Canaanite things they were doing, the Lord said to Abram, I'm going to give you this land. Keep going.
Verse 8. And he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west, and Hai on the east. And there he builded an altar unto the Most High, and called upon the name of the Most High. Verse 9. And Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south.
So the Lord just gave him a little glimpse of the future, but that's not where he was to pull up yet. Abram kept going, back to the Eden.
Genesis chapter 12, verse 10. Wayahaya, Ra'ib, Ba'aratazah, Wayarad, Abaram, Matazariam, Lagawar, Sham, Kaya, Kabad, Harai, Ba'aratazah. Verse 11. Wayahaya, Ka'ashar, Hakar Yab, Labawa'ah, Matazayarma, Wayamar, Al, Sharyah, Ashafwa, Hanah, Nah.
And just real quick, I'm going to point this out over and over for all of you nuts out there that don't understand. The Hebrew word for wife is a shafwa. It's a shah, which is just the word for woman. Your woman is your wife. That is shafwa, his woman, his wife. The Bible does not have levels of relationships. There's no boyfriend and girlfriend. There's no side piece. There's no sneaky link in the Bible. There's none of that is in the Bible. There's no, we're not official yet, but we see these, none of that is in the Bible. Your woman is your wife. If you lay down with her, that's your responsibility. And that's how we build a nation. Because the way that we do it today, you just take a woman, throw her back into the world. What does that do? She got to go find somebody. She's not going to be alone for life. So that's creating hordes. That's jumping from man to man. And as soon as men, as soon as you stop, like the crazy thing is the discourse that we see online all the time, with men acting like they're tired of the way that women act. You act like you hate the way that women in this society act, but you create it. You can't go out there looking for women demanding casual sex
That's right.
and then be shocked when they act like hoes. They act like hoes because that's the only way they're gonna get you. Y'all out there talking about, you think you're leaders, you think you're big masculine leaders, but you can't even figure out what the most basic aspect of putting the women in a culture in a good place and in line and making them good feminine women is, and that's not treating them like sex objects. Sir.
So like when you dropping it so heavy, when you're talking about like these big masculine images that are going to teach men how to talk to them, how to get women, you know what I mean? And talk about, you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying, she's a whore, she sleep around, her body count is high. Now, you know what I'm saying, what he's saying, exactly what his mother did. How many bodies that your mother had?
Right.
Your mom's is a whore. Your mother is a whore. Now,
Your
I'm
mom is a
talking
whore.
to the masculine man who, quote unquote, I'm an alpha man.
Right.
You know what I mean? You talking to your mother? Do you tell your mother, your mom, you a goddamn whore?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You should.
So you could court, you know what I mean? You could, you know what I'm saying? You courted in their mind is their mother was sleeping around with a lot of men, then found his father.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Mm.
Because before his father came along, somebody knocked his mother down. You know what I mean? Unless, you know what I'm saying? Unless this, you know, like I said, quote unquote, this some alpha male to let, you know what I'm saying, letting men know.
Right.
We just dating.
Right.
That's it. We just talking, get to know each other. We don't have to have sex. If he's teaching that, it would be a different issue. But they don't know, you know what I'm saying? Dating to this alpha is his mother, you know what I'm saying? Is his mother learning how to be a whore.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking to him directly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I know. His mother's a whore.
Yeah.
He loved it. What he's doing, dating, is meaning that he can get the drawers on the first day, the third day, it doesn't matter. Same way dudes was treating his mother.
Right.
Before they found the father. And she was stepping out on his father, and because she was a whore. You know what I'm saying? I know because that's what his father was doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm sorry to cut you off, but
No,
Captain
no.
only said,
That's big fact.
black, you know what I'm saying? Black, our sisters, black women would stop being whores once black and Hispanic men stop loving whores.
That's a quote from Captain Jazariak, and I say that so often. I don't know, but I gotta find a scripture that says that because I quote it almost like it's scripture.
Oh, no, stop.
But listen, that was for all you pickup artists out there, all you red pill dudes, all of you clowns that claiming to teach people how to get a woman, but you teaching them just how to go. Man, any idiot can smooth talk a woman out of drawers, man. That's not impressive.
That's right.
That does not make you impressive. But you out there talking to incels and losers in their basement who can't even get a woman if they pay for one. And that's the only reason that you have a fan base. But just like the brother said, your mother is a whore. And you're traumatized. And so the only thing that you can do now is treat women as sex objects. But all the idiots that listen to them, listen, if you're watching this video and you have a subscription to any of these red pill clowns, unsubscribe to that right now. Go pause this video, go unsubscribe from Fresh and Fit, unsubscribe from the pickup artist, unsubscribe from whoever's trying to be the new Kevin Samuels this week. Clear all of that out because they're not teaching you anything that you're not just gonna, that's not just gonna leave you empty and confused in 10 years and still complaining and acting angry even though you're the cause of the problem. And somebody need to tell you, clowns, that you're the cause of the problem. But these scriptures teach us our culture that solves the problem. Your woman is your wife. Treat her as such. Sir.
If I may, just on Bible chart, just pull up on Leviticus 29 about the shop. Let's break that down for the people to understand where we're coming from. Leviticus 19 and 29.
Leviticus 19, verse 29.
Break that down for the people.
Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Do not prostitute thy daughter. This is what you're doing when you're treating women like whores. Your daughter's going to be the next one. You're contributing to the culture that is going to make sure that all your daughter encounters are dudes that try to smooth talk her out of her drawers the way that you learn how to smooth talk every woman out of her drawers. What do you think's going to happen? This is the culture that you want for your daughter? Read that again.
Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Go ahead.
To cause her to be a whore.
You cause women to be whores. When you treat the world like it's a game and the women of our nation like they're sex toys. You're not impressive. You're not cool. Everybody that's in here had a time in our life when we was going out there and running through women. So lock it. It's not impressive. It's not hard. But again, your audience is incels in their basement who can't talk to a woman at all, and that's why they think you're cool. You niggas have a responsibility. Read.
Lest the land fall to whoredom.
The land is falling to whoredom because this is what we out there teaching people. Because instead of teaching people these scriptures that you have a responsibility to a woman that you decide to lay down with, you out there teaching men to demand sex on the first date or else you're going to stop talking to it. What is that doing to our culture? You're the same clowns that's going to go right back online the following week and be mad at their high body counts. How stupid, how can you miss that? How does that not connect in your brain? Read.
And the land become full of wickedness.
And that's what's going on right now. And that's what we see out there. And that's why the same clowns that's contributing to this are going online and complaining every day about this, the way women are, the way Western women are, the way black women are. Well, then, stop causing them to be whores. Treat the women that you deal with like you would want somebody to treat your daughter. Back to the heat.
Genesis 12, verse 11. Anah, Na'ah, Yara'ithya, Kaya, Lasha, Yapath, Mara'ah, Af. Verse 12. Wahaya, Kaya, Yarawah, Athakah, Hamatazariah, Wa Amarwa, Ashathwa, Zaaf, Waharagwa, Afya, Wa Afka, Yakyawa. Verse 13. Amaria, Na'ah, Akathya, Af, Lama'ain, Yayatab, Laya, Ma'ib Waraka, Wakayatha, Napashya, Bagal Laka. Verse 14. Wayahaya, Kabawa'a, Abaram, Matazariam, Ma, Wayarawa, Hamatazariam, Af, Ha'asha, Kaya, Yapa, Hawa'a, Ma'ad. Verse 15. Wayarawa, Atha, Sharia, Paraiah, Wayahal Lawa, Atha, Al, Paraiah, Wathaquak, Ha'asha, Wayath, Paraiah. Verse 16. Wala'a Baram, Hayat Yab, Ba'ib Wara, Wayahaya, Lawa, Taza'ad, Wabakwar, Wakamaryam, Wa'ibadyam, Washapak Pakath, Wa'athana, Wagamoyam.
Back to the English.
Genesis chapter 12, verse 10. And there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. Verse 11.
Because even at this time, Egypt was a powerful kingdom. So when there was a famine, people were drawn to Egypt, just like what we'll see later on with Joseph. Sir.
Same thing like people is drawn to America. Same
Right.
thing that people is drawn to Europe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's, there's families around, or there's not opportunities, so they go to the place, the place of power.
Right. That's perfect. No, that's a perfect analogy. Just like if there was a famine throughout the earth, people would flock to America because they would know that America would still have more than everybody else has. Keep going.
Verse 11. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarai his wife, Behold now, I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon.
Meaning his wife is a beautiful woman. Keep going.
Oh, it's like, my apologies. Make a note. Tell the people make a note. Because this is a lot of Christians, a lot of people who scoff, say this is the time when Abraham lied. Remember, the Most High had favor in Abraham. You know what I mean? But people, like Christian church, the Catholic church say, well, they will pull this because they were like, nobody, everybody sinned except for Yahweh, Jesus Christ. They said this is the time when Abraham lied. They call him a sinner. This is the scripture, so I just want you to make a note. If a Christian pulled this on you, you can break that down. They will go to this.
Verse 12. Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will save thee alive. Save thee alive.
So he expected, because his wife is beautiful, that as soon as this random guy's passing through the land with this beautiful woman, they're going to take him out and take his woman. Keep going.
Come. Verse 13. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me, for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. Verse 14. And it came to pass that when Abram was come into Egypt, the Egyptians beheld the woman, that she was very fair. Verse.
If I may, that's enough. You got to make a note on that. She was very fair. Remember, if you say fair this time, it would mean light skin. You know what I mean? It would mean light skin. This was a light skinned woman. In today's standard.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. But this just means beautiful.
Exactly, because when you have people, people, Christians, curly fries on the side, they would figure that as King David was fair skinned. You know what I mean? He was a fair, you know what I mean? He had a fair look on it. They considered he's a light skinned, you know what I'm saying? He was a light skinned or a white man.
Yeah.
So you can make a note on that because it's talking about looks. When the Bible say fair, it's talking about the look. It's not talking about oh, that person is fair, which means light skin up to today's standards.
There's a real simple way to verify that. You go into the Hebrew, and the word is Yapah, which is the word for beautiful. That's the word. Every sister wants that name Yapah.
For every sister.
Every sister names themselves Yapah.
Yeah, exactly. Sisters, you know what I mean? I'm not knocking the sisters. You know what I mean? They ain't true. They know better. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're not calling themselves light skinned. They say, yo, I am beautiful. You know what I mean?
Right.
I am beautiful.
Y'all just need to read some more Shakespeare. And fair just means beautiful. All right. That's it. Keep going.
Khan, verse 15. The princes also of Pharaoh saw her and commended her before Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house.
And that word for commended in the Hebrew is halal, which is the word for praise. So they were just telling Pharaoh how incredibly beautiful. They couldn't get over how beautiful this woman was. Keep going.
Khan, verse 16. And he entreated Abram well for her sake.
So Pharaoh took her into his house, and he entreated Abram well for her sake, because he did not immediately just throw her down and have sex with her. He knew that he had to earn her favor first, and that's why he was treating Abram well. He was trying to get Abram to put in a good word for her. He knew that he could not just treat Sarai like an ordinary sloop on the street. He had to smooth, so he had to win her over. Keep going.
If I may, and also you have to take into consideration, Egypt is a powerful nation. You know what I mean? You know, we're going into Egypt. This is a powerful nation. They can do anything that they want, because we're not from here.
Right.
So you gotta put that in consideration. You know what I mean? Even though he did that, it's still he's in a position of power.
Right.
Well, who else could, you know what I'm saying? What can you do about it if I do that?
Yeah.
So you gotta take that into consideration. So,
Keep going.
Khan. And he had sheep and oxen and he asses and men servants and maid servants and she asses and camels.
And back to the Hebrew.
Genesis 12, verse 17. Waya Nagai, Yahweh, Paraiah, Nagaayam, Gadalyam, Wa'ah, Vayathwa, Isle, Dabar, Sharayah, Ashah, Abaram. Verse 18. Wayakwara'a, Paraiah, La Abaram, Waya Amar, Ma'ah, Sa'ah, Aishayah, Layah, Lama'ah, La'ah, Haggadah, Layah, Kayah, Ashafka, Hawa'ah. Verse 19. Lama'ah, Amarath, Akafya, Hawa'ah, Wa'akwak, Athah, Layah, La Ashah, Wa'aithah, Hana, Ashafka, Kwak, Walakah. Verse 20. Wayatazawa, Al-Yawa, Paraiah, Anashya, Wayashalakwa, Athwa, Wa'ath, Ashakwa, Wa'ath, Kal, Ashar, Lawah. Genesis chapter 13, verse 1. Waya'il, Abaram, Mamatazarium, Hawa'ah, Wa'ashakwa, Wakal, Ashar, Lawa, Walawat, Aimwa, Anagaba. Verse 2. Wa'abaram, Kabad, Ma'ad, Bamakwana, Bakasa, Wabaza'ab. Verse 3. Wayalaka, Lamasa'ai Yawa, Managab, Wa'id, Bayath, Al, Ail, Hamakwa, Wam, Ashar, Hayah, Sham, Bathakala, Bayan, Bayath, Al, Wabayan, Ta'ayah.
Back to the English.
Khan. Genesis chapter 12, verse 17. And the Most High plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife.
Because the Lord was going to make sure that this thing did not happen. All right, Abram and Sarah and Sarai had a purpose to move through Egypt. They were not just going to get cut off and split up here. Keep going.
Khan. Verse 18. And Pharaoh called Abram and said, What is this that thou hast done unto me?
Because he realized that all these plagues started happening as soon as this woman came into his house. And he figured out that there was a God in heaven that did not want him to have her in his house. Keep going.
Khan. Why didst thou not tell me that she was thy wife? Verse 19. Why saidst thou, She is my sister? So I might have taken her to me to wife. Now therefore, behold thy wife, take her, and go thy way. Verse 20. And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away, and his wife, and all that he had.
So now Pharaoh's mad, like, you bringing all these plagues on me. I didn't even know what's going on. Get rid of these people. Keep going.
Khan. Genesis chapter 13, verse 1. And Abram went up out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him, into the south.
So now they kept going south from Egypt. So now they're deep in what they call today Africa. Keep going.
Khan. Verse 2. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. Verse 3. And he went on his journeys from the south, even to Bethel, unto the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Hai.
So Abram is killing it, because everywhere he goes, he seems to pick up more stuff. So he got cattle, silver, gold, people. He got everything he needs. Back to the Hebrew.
Khan. Genesis chapter 13, verse 4. Al, Makawam, Hamazaba'ak, Ashar, Aisha, Sham, Bara'ashna, Wayakora'ah, Sham, Abaram, Basham, Yahweh. Verse 5. Wagam, Balawak, Hahalakah, Abaram, Hayah, Tazaan, Wabakwar, Waahalyam. Verse 6. Wala'ah, Nasha, Atham, Ha'aratazah, La Shabbath, Yakadawa, Kaya, Haya, Rakawasham, Rab, Wala'ah, Yakawa, La Shabbath, Yakadadwa. Verse 7. Wayahaya, Raya, Bayan, Ra'aya, Makwanah, Abaram, Wabayan, Ra'aya, Makwanah, Lawat, Wahakana'ainya, Wahaparazya, Az, Yashab, Ba'aratazah. Verse 8. Waya Amar, Abaram, Al, Lawat, Al, Na'ah, Dahaya, Marayaba'ah, Bayanah, Ya, Wabayan, Yaka, Wabayan, Ra'aya, Wabayan, Ra'ayaka, Kaya, Anashyam, Akyam, Anak, Noah. Verse 9. Hala'ah, Kal, Ha'aratazah, Lapanyaka, Haparad, Na'ah, Ma'aliya, Am, Hashemal, Wa'ah, Manah, Wa'am, Hayam Yan, Wa'ashama, Yala. Verse 10. Wayasha, Lawat, Af, Ayanyawa, Wayara'ah, Af, Kal, Kakar, Hayaradan, Kaya, Kala'ah, Lashakwa, Lapanya, Shakaf, Yahawa, Af, Saddam, Wa'af,
Yes, no.
Ibarah, Kagan, Yahweh, Ka'aratazah, Matazario, Ba'akah, Tazair.
Back to the English.
Khan. Genesis chapter 13, verse 4. Unto the place of the altar, which he had made there at the first. And there Abram called on the name of the Most High.
So remember, about a chapter ago, Abram made this altar and he called the place Bethel, which is Bayath Allah, which is the house of the Most High. So now he's right back here, calling on the name of the Lord. Go ahead.
Khan, verse 5. And Lot also, which went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents.
So they both was balling. Basically, they both had all types of, they had flocks and herds, they had servants and property and money. Keep going.
Khan, verse 6. And the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together. For their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together.
You imagine two extremely wealthy men in very small areas. No, it wasn't going to work. They needed their own space. They needed a little space from each other to do what they wanted to do, to live how they wanted to live. You know, there was at some point there was going to be strife, and here it is. Read.
Khan, verse 7. And there was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelled then in the land.
And so there was an issue between Abram's herdmen and Lot's herdmen. They started fighting over who knows what. And the Canaanites and the Perizzites, you didn't want other nations to see strife between you. You know, especially when you're just two families in the midst of these, in the midst of these large people. You don't want them to see your herdsmen fighting and all types of other chaos, because that's going to make you exposed, and then they're going to swoop in.
That's right.
Keep reading. That's how we know. That's how it goes today. You can't let people see weakness, so they're going to dive right into it.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 8. And Abram said unto Lot, let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren.
Even in the ancient times, one thing that we always knew was brotherhood. We knew the importance of family. And Abram said to Lot, what are our people arguing over? We don't need strife between each other. We're brothers. And it's also a reminder of the slang of our language, because they were not literal brothers. Lot was his nephew. Keep going.
Verse 9. Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right. Or if thou depart to the right hand, then I will go to the left. And
he didn't even try and tell him, you go that way. He said, listen, you choose whichever way you want to go. I'll go the other way. We just need a little space between us to keep it brotherly. Keep going.
Verse 10. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere, before the Most High destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Most High, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest unto Zoar.
So this is something interesting that people don't talk about too much. Sodom and Gomorrah were such beautiful places that this was compared to the garden of the Lord. This was compared to Egypt, which we know is one of the most fertile places on the planet at this time. This is how Sodom and Gomorrah was. And instead of enjoying that and building a healthy society, they wanted to descend into becoming a bunch of freaks and perverts and trying to, sexually molest angels. But we're going to get to that. But this just goes to show you, the Lord can bless you with great land and everything. But if you don't have the Lord's favor, and if you don't have the law, people will just descend into savagery and chaos. Just like the white man has a culture built on homosexuality and savagery and unmitigated, unrestrained violence. Is that back to the Hebrew?
Genesis chapter 13, verse 11. Wayabakar, Lawah, Lawat, Af, Kal, Kakar, Haya Radan, Wayasai, Lawat, Makodam, Wayaparadwa, Ayash, Ma'il, Akiwa. Verse 12. Abaram, Yashab, Ba'arataza, Kana'ain, Walawat, Yashab, Ba'arya, Akakar, Wayahal, Ai, Saddam. Verse 13. Wa'anashya, Saddam, Ra'ayam, Wakata'ayam, Layahawa, Ma'ad.
Wa'anashya, Saddam, but the men of Sodom were iron. Ra is evil. So Rayam plural is evils. They were evil. plural. And the word chata is the word for sin. So wachatayim, la Yahweh ma'ad is the way that you say something is very, very. It's the way that you add emphasis to something. So
like, what was that verse?
verse 13,
Verse
chapter
12 and
13,
13, right?
13 and 13.
13, so.
Keep going.
Genesis chapter 13, verse 14. Wa Yahweh Amar Al Abaram Akarya.
We talk about this almost every week. These basic ways, these basic sentence structures that you're going to see started many verses in the Bible that we should be familiar with. Why Yahweh and Yahweh Amar said Al Abram to Abram. Why Yahweh Amar Al Abram. Keep going.
Adawakan. Akarya. Aparad. Lawat. Ma'aimwa. Sha'ah. Na'ah. Ayanyaka. Wara'ah. Man. Hamakwawam. Ashar. Atha. Sham. Tazapanah. Wanagabah. Wakodamah. Wayama'ah. Verse 15. Kaya. Af. Kal. Ha'arataza. Ashar. Atha. Ra'aya. Lakah. Athanah. Walazara'aika. Aid. Iwalam. Verse 16. Washamathya. Af. Zaraika. Kaipar. Ha'arataza. Ashar. Am. Yawakal. Ayash. Lamanawath. Af. Ipar. Ha'arataza. Gam. Zaraika. Yamanah. Verse 17. Kwawam. Hathahalakah. Ba'arataza. Laraka. Walarakaba. Kaya. Laka. Athana'ah.
Back to the English.
Khan. Genesis chapter 13, verse 11. Then Lot chose him all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves the one from the other. Verse 12. Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelt in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent towards Sodom. Verse 13. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Most High exceedingly. Verse 14. And the Most High said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated from him, lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art northward, and southward, and eastward, and westward. Verse 15. For all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever.
Imagine that. The Lord just said, just look on everything that you can see in every direction. And this is the land that I'm giving to you and your seed forever. And the Lord kept telling Abram what these blessings were going to be. And you can only imagine how hard it is to visualize this as being real. But it's a beautiful thing. Keep going.
Khan, verse 16. And I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered. verse 17.
That's something that we got to remember to this day, as the dust of the earth, to the point where you could never number the people of our nation. And don't forget that we everywhere. We are everywhere on the planet. You're going to find some remnant of Abraham's seed, of Israel's seed, everywhere on this planet. And I mean, it's not that hard to understand. Just in a couple hundred years here in America, you go anywhere, you go any crazy hick town in Montana or Alaska, and you will find some brother off in the cut somewhere just chilling like it's his home. Keep going.
Verse 17. Arise, walk through the land in the length of it, and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee.
That's facts. And back to the Hebrew.
Genesis chapter 13, verse 18.
Wait, hold on. No, that's you said on 13 and 18?
It's the last set.
Oh, this is 13, 11 through 17 wasn't the last set? I'm
No.
counting it right now. That was the last set.
18 through 14 and 6 was the last set.
We started on 11 and 18. I'm counting it up.
Start on 11 and 28.
28, yeah. 11, 28. Counting. 28. Yes, you're right. I skipped that. It's a lot. Right.
Genesis chapter 13, verse 18. Vayahal Abaram Vayaba'ah Vayashab Ba'alanya Mamara Ashar Bakabar 1 Wayaban, Sham, Mazabak, La Yahawa.
And just real quick, to answer the brother in the chat, young man Raphael asked in verse 3 of chapter 13, what or where is the place between Bethel and Hai? Is it Haran? No, just go back to chapter 12. Let me scroll real quick. Chapter 12 and verse 8. That's where he first pitched his tent. And it just says that it was a mountain on the east of Bethel, with Bethel on the west and Hai on the east. And that's where he built an altar unto the Lord and called upon the name of the Lord. So it doesn't, unless I missed something, it doesn't give it a name. It was just a spot that he found to. It says to the place of Shechem, but then he kept going. He removed from thence. He left Shechem and just found this mountain. So, unless I missed something, I don't believe that has a name. Keep going.
Genesis chapter 14, verse 1. Wayahaya, Bayanya, Amarapal, Malak, Shana'ir, Arayawaka, Malak, Alasar, Kadaral Imar, Malak, Ayalam, Wathada'il, Malak, Gawayam.
And that summarizes this verse. Malak, Goayam. It was listing a bunch of kings of different nations in the area. Keep going.
Genesis chapter 14, verse 2. Aishawa, Malakama, Bara'ai, Malak, Saddam, Wa'ath, Barasha'ai, Malak, Imarah, Shana'ab, Malak, Adamah, Washama'abar, Malak, Wa'amalak, Bala'ai, Haya'ah, Taza'ir. Verse 3. Kal, Allah, Kabarawa, Al, Imak, Hashadyam, Hawa'ah, Yam, Hamalak. Verse 4. Shathyam, Aisharah, Shana, Ibadwa, Af, Kadaral, Imar, Washalash, Aishara, Shana, Maradwa. Verse 5. Waba'arabaya, Aishara, Shana, Ba'a, Kadaral, Imar, Wahamal, Hawamalakam, Ashar, Athwa, Wayakawa, Af, Rapa'ayam, Ba'ashah, Raf, Quaranyam, Wa'af, Hazawaz, Yam, Baham, Wa'af, Ta'ayam Yam, Bashawaf, Quarath, Quarayafyam. Verse 6.
You know, a lot of these words are just names of various nations and kingdoms that were in that area, and cities that were in that area. You won't see a lot of these words too often. Some of these, like the Zuzites, this is the only time the Zuzites are mentioned in the Bible. I don't know who the Zuzites are, but keep going.
Come. Verse 6. Wa'af, Hakarya, Bahararam, Sha'ayar, Aid, Ayal, Ha'aran, Ashar, Isle, Hamadabar.
Hamadabar is the wilderness. Remember that. That's coming back. But back to the English.
Come. Genesis chapter 13, verse 18. Then Abram removed his tent and came and dwelt in the plain of Mamre, which is in Hebron, and built there an altar unto the Most High. Genesis chapter 14, verse 1. And it came to pass in the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch, king of Elasar, Chedor Laomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of nations. Verse 2, that these made war with Berah, king of Sodom, and with Bersha, king of Gomorrah, Shanab, king of Admah, and Shemeber, king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, which is Zoar.
So it started out with the king of Sodom and the king of Gomorrah, So these other kings, these might have been the other cities, because remember, it wasn't just Sodom and Gomorrah. It was Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities around. It was a whole region. So I would have to check if these might be those other cities. Keep going.
Verse 3. All these were joined together in the vale of Sedem, which is the Salt Sea. Verse 4. 12 years they served Chedor Laomer, and in the 13th year they rebelled. Verse 5. And in the 14th year came Chedor Laomer and the kings that were with him, and smote the Rephaims, and in Ashtaroth, Karnaim, and the Zuzims in Ham.
Hey, whoever those Zuzims are, they got smoked. Keep going.
Down on Khan. And the Emims in Shaveh Kiriathaim.
The Emims got smoked, the Zuzims got smoked, and the Rephaims got smoked. And that's why I guess we only see them one time in the Bible. Keep going.
Verse 6. And the Horites in their Mount Seir unto El Paran, which is by the wilderness.
And so that's where we're going to stop this week. We're going to pick this back up next week. We're going to find out about this whole area around Sodom and Gomorrah and what's going on. And the Lord is going to start to notice the wickedness of this area. But we're going to keep on following Abram's journey. We'll pick it back up next week. I imagine up here. Paul, which means horn. Yeah, young, which means wine.
Bayashar Allah, which means to Israel.
Paul, which means horn. Imagine in the room, so we're putting your dumb, which means turn to face the east.
On the bottom. On the bottom. Your whole back right. There you go.
Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim. Dash Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malakutka. Tabah. Ratizak. Hayah. Aisha. Baratizak. Kovah. Hayah. Hashemayim. Thanuno. Thum. Kalior. Masalakino. Kalbathno. Kasalakno. Kalbathino. Nala'ah. Abiyano. When I say one, Ball. Awashanu, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Aka, Amalakwa, Wa'al, Wahata Parat, Wa'ilumyu, Aman, in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. Forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Praying for the power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Baruch Shah, Thununa, Aka, Warfa'ah, Kalm Kala, Kalm Rawah, Aka, Latahar, Amatazariah, Aka, Akwayum, Matthew, Aka, our Kawa, Tamalu, Garashun, Hashem Yahushua, Wada Aman, in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua, please give us the power, the power to heal, all manner of sickness, all manner of disease, power to cleanse the lepers, power to raise the dead, power against unclean spirits, cast them out, in the name of Yahushua, thank you. you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Pray for the power, structure, and the healing. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai?
Why Yahweh Shai?
Why Mayaka Allah?
Why Yahweh?
Why Alahayim?
Why
Matazabi Allah. Alwap Yahan. Ha Alwap. Ha Surrender. Ha Kotazayandi. Ha Kayali. Waha Wafi. Yahweh. Hashem Yahweh Shai. Wada Aman. And the angels. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
Shemaiah. The angels. Commander General Yohanan.
Commander General.
Generals. Captains. The officers. Troopers. And assistants. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the prophesied curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
Speak against us.
Speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
In the school.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
Punishment and destruction.
Punishment and
To the
destruction.
heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose.
Shake loose.
The treasure of the rich of Israel.
Treasure of the rich of Israel.
They refuse to give to the school.
They refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses.
Send evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nations.
And their drug
And their
dealers.
drug dealers.
Court system.
Court system.
Prison system.
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
The Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
Pope.
Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia. Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Posse Comitatus.
Posse Comitatus.
The gay movement.
The gay movement.
The lesbian.
The lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space
The
program.
Army. Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airwaves.
And the airwaves.
Cable access channels.
Cable access
The
channels.
radio channels.
The radio channels.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit.
Any of thy people
And the black
that
people
seek to stop us.
that seek to stop us.
Bring swift destruction
Bring swift destruction
to all the heathen
To all the heathen
that stand in the way
that stand in the way.
or try to stop us
Try to stop
from
us.
broadcasting your word
Broadcasting your words.
throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues,
Let loose all the plagues.
cause them to go to and fro
Cause them to go to and
through
fro.
the earth
Through the
and
earth.
consume them.
And consume
Let the plague shake the house of the thief
Let the plague shake the house of the thief.
and the murder.
And the murder.
Let Yahweh Shai,
Let Yahweh Shai.
Michael and Gabriel,
Michael and Gabriel.
down to flying saucers.
Down
Down
to
to
flying
flying
saucers.
Punish all the heathen
Punish
Punish
all
all
the
the
heathen.
that come up against us
Come up against
as we
us.
speak thy
Let
word.
me speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all
Cause it be known by all.
that it is the angels that have done it.
That is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media
Cause it to be spread through the media.
throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake thy coming.
Cause them to shake that
In
coming.
the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Star face the front. Men of Israel, prepare to salute the Torah. Step down right here. Right down to it.
Let me turn on the camera. Give me a second. Yeah. All right, Mosaic Christ. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Barak Yah.
Yahweh Hashem Yehoshai Barak Yah.
With that, we're going to conclude the Sabbath service. Shout out to everybody who joined us live. Join us live next week. We're going to keep rolling through these stories. We're going to keep rolling on Abram's journey. With that, I'm going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barak. Yajmatah, dismissed.
Next week, we're going to start at Genesis chapter 14, verse 7. Genesis chapter 14, verse 7. Shalom.